Bedford Arena on the Illinois State University campus in Normal, Illinois. The Illinois High School Association proudly presents the 16th annual Girls Basketball Finals and the 12th annual Girls Class A Championship. Hello again, everyone. I'm Joe Passion, and welcome to the new arena here in Normal. You know, 16 years ago when the girls basketball tournament started, it started here in Normal, across the parking lot in the old Horton Fieldhouse. Well, it's back here after 10 years over in Champaign in this beautiful 10,200-seated arena. And, of course, two great teams are ready to set it up for this Class A championship game. You know that over the many years, only a few teams have ever won more than one Class A championship. Teutopolis was one of them, and a team that unthrown them earlier in a playoff game is here to defend their Class A championship tonight. Let's look at how the two teams got here. First off, for Coach Steve Thomas and the Lady Redskins of Sullivan High School. They swept through some big postseason tournaments to get here, and it started right at home on their regional floor. They also then moved on and won the sectional, beating up in the super section, of course, a great win over Teutopolis. And that's right here to the quarterfinals, where they were able to really come through and get their big plays. Their quarterfinal victories over Wheaton St. Francis and then over Winnebago allowed the Lady Redskins to move on here to the championship game for the second year in a row. Ironically, their senior co-captain, or rather their senior captain, Karina Elder, led the Lady Redskins in scoring in each postseason game. Now, Coach Steve Thomas's Lady Redskins will take on, in this game, the home team tonight out of Carthage, Illinois, Hancock Central High School. Now, this team, of course, are the Lady Blue Girls, and Coach Dick Beery has them all psyched up and ready to go to take on the defending state champions. How did the Lady Blue Girls get here? Well, it started out also like Sullivan on their home floor in the regional, and then moving on to win the Lewiston sectional, the Monmouth super sectional, and then here on this floor beating Oakville in the quarterfinal and the semifinal. They upended previously unbeaten Crescent City Iroquois. This is Hancock Central's second championship game appearance. They were here actually in Champaign in the championship game, losing in 1987 to Seneca. So that's our matchup. Stay with us, because coming up next, it's Hancock Central against Sullivan for the girls' Class A basketball championship in Illinois. Well, back here down on the floor, we have an opportunity with the extension of the consolation game to bring in some other topics before we actually preview for you the Class A state championship game. And I'm going to bring here into our picture Jill Hutchison, who is not only the Illinois State University women's basketball coach. Jill, why don't you come on over here and join me? And besides coaching the ISU Lady Redbirds, of course, Jill is also the president of the American Women's Coaches Basketball Association here throughout the country. And one of the great topics that's being talked about girls basketball is where it's come in the last 10 years. And you and I had a great discussion yesterday, because it's really come even further just in the last 5 years.
I think the big difference in girls basketball now is the skill of the players. They're much more refined offensively, especially with the things they can do now that girls couldn't do as much 10 years ago. We had great athletes 10 years ago, but we didn't have as many of them. And I think that's the difference. And I think by the turn of the century, we're going to see a lot more depth in women's basketball. And I think that's just going to make it a better game.
Well, on the collegiate level, of course, you see the best of the best that come out of high school. And I know one of your primary areas, of course, with the American Federation is talking about summer camps. Now, the NCAA, as many of us already know, on the men's side, are haggling right now, a lot of politics and money involved in many long-established men's summer camps. But the women have a new, brighter idea. Fill us in more on that.
The Women's Coaches Association is initiating 4 regional summer camps this summer for girls entering freshman through junior in high school. The camps are designed for basically about 160 to 200 kids in a camp to try and educate them about NCAA rules, what it takes to play in college, to let them know about the historical background of women's basketball, and also to showcase their talents, obviously. But the WBCA, the Women's Basketball Coaches Association, has undertaken this with the support of Kodak and Sara Lee Corporation. And we we think it's going to be a very positive move for high school and college coaches.
We've talked many times about how the girls basketball over the past several years has advanced in many ways. We're seeing a lot more females, former players themselves, who are now coaching, and we see them here in this tournament. Is that also one of the areas that we're seeing people like yourselves put your expertise on the coaching bench?
Absolutely. I think we're seeing a big turnaround in the last 5 to 6 years where females who have competed in college basketball are wanting to get back into it on a professional level. And the WBCA is also endorsing a coaching certification program through the American Coaching Effectiveness Program, which is lodged in Champaign. And we're trying to educate more coaches because we believe giving kids good coaching at the grassroots is what's going to really develop the sport.
Well, I should interject here and maybe sweep away some of Jill's modesty. The ACEP, the association that has helped out bring in more coaches who don't have necessarily teaching degrees but are really qualified coaches on the high school level, giving coaches now chances to have great qualified assistant coaches. Jill literally wrote that book. So, and that's a great thing. I think in the past year we're seeing a lot of advancements on boys and girls sides of high school sports because of it.
I think it's a plus because it gets people who are interested and knowledgeable in the sport teaching the kids that are going to develop the game, and I think that's a plus.
You know, I go back talking about the girls' high school stages now, and you've got it, of course, right here in your hometown, and you see some of the best in the AA and the Class A. What about the Class A, though? I mean, do you see that also becoming more of a 94-foot game, a lot of pressure, man-to-man defense, things that we feel these two teams in this Class A final tonight are probably going to show a lot of?
Oh, yeah, I think the Class A final is going to be a great game today. Both teams have some quality athletes. They're well-conditioned, and they've been very well coached. I'm really impressed with the quality of talent here today. But, you know, lots of times I think there may not be as many great players in Class A, but the players that are there are good players. And I think we're going to see a very competitive final today.
Well, it's interesting that it took till 1973-74 season before the IHSA actually sanctioned high school girls basketball again after many years. And it's ironic, too, Jill, as you and I talked about yesterday, it was a girls basketball game that was the first high school basketball game that was ever sanctioned back in 1898, I believe it was, if my memory serves me correctly, and that's a long memory. And that says a lot about high school girls basketball. It really went through some rough years, and here it is back in great style. It's
been an exciting evolution in women's basketball. It's always been the most popular participation sport in schools at every level since the 1890s, and that says a lot about the game. It was interesting when we first introduced high school basketball in Illinois that it was the last sport that was introduced by the IHSA in fear that it might overtake the other sports and diminish the interest for other sports. But in fact, I think it's just complemented other sports, and I think women's basketball has become the flagship of women's scholastic sports because it's easy to promote and show what female athletes truly can do. And I think it's exciting to see the growth that we're getting now with the quality of people.
Well, certainly based on the attendance that we've had here the last few days for both the AA and Class A sessions, it certainly proves that out. And one thing that a lot of people have mentioned about the Redbird Arena and this floor, the crowd is so close. You, of course, have a lot of experience of taking advantage of that crowd. I would imagine the girls really respond to that very positively.
This is a great place to play basketball. I think any team that's been in here would tell you that. But the crowd can become a part of the game, and that's exciting for the athlete and the coaches. And, you know, when the crowd's a part of it, they get into it, too. And I'm glad that this many people have shown up to watch girls high school basketball because I think this is one of the more competitive tournaments that we've had. A lot of close games, a lot of good players here, and it's been exciting because people have really gotten behind it.
One last thing, let me put you on the spot. I won't ask you to predict the outcome of this Class A championship game, but I would be curious to hear from you because of your vast experience in girls basketball over the years, where the game's going over the next 5 years. What steps do you foresee happening off the court as well as on the court?
I really think the game's going to continue to get better because I think there are more good coaches entering the game. It's become so much more socially acceptable for girls to compete in team sports, and so we're getting good athletes involved in it. But there's a lot of talk with some new innovative things like lowering the rim and allowing the dunk in the girls' game, shortening the court, making it a quicker game that resembles the guys. And I think there's going to be a lot of controversy with both of those issues, because it's a question of whether we want a game with our own identity, or do we want a game that resembles the guys and then excites the crowd. And I think that'll be a controversy that'll probably take us 5 years to resolve. You know, one of the things that I think we may see coming into the high school game could be the 30-second clock. And I think that's something that they might be considering and taking a look at, but it certainly speeds the game up. It gets rid of the stall at the end, and at least for collegiate basketball, it's been one of the better dimensions of the game.
Jill, thank you so much. Always a pleasure talking girls basketball with you.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, and we will be back with more of our pregame coverage of the IHSA Class A Girls Basketball Championship from the Redburn Arena right after this local timeout.
Your network sponsors are Country Companies Insurance, bringing you state tournament action for more than 20 years. The Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin and Illinois, who reminds you to drink milk. It does a body good. And Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Back here at the Redbird Arena, and let's take you down on the floor where our play-by-play and color commentating announcers today, Julie Deerdorf and Brian Wheeler, are set to tell you more about today's game.
Well, thank you, Joe Passion. We are indeed here at courtside. The Class A championship game in Illinois girls basketball is fast approaching as Sullivan takes on Carthage Hancock Central. I'm pleased to be joined by Julie Deerdorf, a former standout at Wheaton Central, and I might add, someone with some state tournament experience. So, Julie, a good place to start, I think, is what are some of the emotions that these young women are feeling right now before a championship game that is fast approaching?
Boy, it's a combination. It's one of they're very nervous and very excited. Both teams worked incredibly hard to get here. They both got long winning streaks, and neither one of them wants to lose tonight.
Well, we'll start first of all with Sullivan. They are, of course, as we've already told you, the defending Class A state champs. It's interesting, though, they didn't receive a lot of respect for someone that is a defending champion. Not many people thought they'd get back here to defend that title, but here they are once again, and Scott Thomas, their head coach, looking for victory number 25 in a row.
What's going to put on you?
Well, I think we have to deal with intelligence and execution. You know, we faced a lot of pressure to get here. The kids are just going to have to execute away from the basketball and find the passing lanes, and we'll be okay.
Meanwhile, Dick Berry, the second winningest active head coach for career victories next to Dorothy Gators from Marshall, that we'll see a little later on, is bringing his Carthage club in here, having won their last 10 in a row. Now to get number 11 and claim a state championship, we asked Dick Berry what his club has to do.
Game.
Well, Joe, I don't know whether we can really offset that or not. You know, they've got a lot of tournament experience, last year's state champions, and they got some of those girls on that team. We feel that we're going to have to offset it. We're going to try to get our kids relaxed, come out, and try to take it to them right away. We'll be changing up some things on defense we feel we have to do to offset some height and some advantage that they have on the inside game. Hopefully we're going to be able to change some defenses and really help us there. We'll just have to see how our press goes. You know, if we can't press, we'll have to come out fast, but we certainly don't want to give up a lot of easy baskets on the back end of it. Okay.
Well, one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois, and those fine folks are bringing us the keys to today's game. Julie, let's start first of all with Sullivan.
Well, like the coach said, Sullivan definitely has to offset the height advantage. Carthage has to offset the advantage. They have two starters Sullivan has two starters at 5'10" in Allison Glazebrook and 5'10" at 5'11" in Karina Elder. The second advantage is Sullivan has the experience. They're the defending state champs with 3 returning starters in Sherry Adams and
Carthage as we look ahead. Now,
And
first of all...
Serena Elder.
Sure.
She averages 19.8 points, 10.5 rebounds. She's very mobile inside. And she scored 30 points against St. Francis in the quarterfinal game, which really sparked them.
Well, now let's head on to the other side of the floor and look at the keys for Carthage.
Carthage, they've got to implement their fast break offense and their pressure defense. That was how they got past Iroquois Central in the semifinal game. They have a very balanced scoring attack. They have 4 kids in double figures. Amber Law, 18.2. Tiffany Carl scores 14 points for him. Kathy Shoup, 12. And Kim Jacob scores 10.1 a game. And finally, third key for Carthage is Kathy Shoup. She's the only girl that has she's taken all but 1 3-pointers for Carthage, and she had hit a key 3-pointer in the first quarterfinal game that led them to the finals.
The key is brought to you by Milk. It does a body good. You can hear the crowd in the background. We are just about set for the starting lineups. Carthage, Hancock Central, and Sullivan. We'll have those in just a moment. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
33-1.
Carthage at 29-2. And let's meet the starting lineups for today. Well, let's take a look at the coaches for today's game. First of all, for Sullivan, Scott Thomas in his 5th season, 96-2 for the Lady Redskins over the last 3 years. And for Carthage, Dick Berry, as we said, the second winningest active coach of IHSA girls basketball, second only to Marshall's Dorothy Gators, 383 victories in his 18th season. And we'll have the tip-off in just one moment. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois. Okay. Our ball game just underway. Sullivan won the tap, but had the ball quickly stolen by Carthage. And then tied up in the process, the alternate possession quickly giving it back to Carthage. And we played just over 10 seconds. Brian Wheeler and Julie Deardorff from Redbird Arena in Bloomington, home of the Illinois State Redbirds. And now the home of IHSA Girls Championship action. Carthage in the white uniforms with blue trim. This is a left-handed scoop thrown up by Kathy Shoup. Rebound to the floor, and Sullivan controls Sherry Adams.
Shoup is not tall, but she'll drive right in there.
Along the left baseline, it's Serena Elder, the leading scorer and a rebounder for this Sullivan club, putting them out in front 2-0. But quickly back for Carthage, and missing the jumper, Tiffany Carl. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and Carthage will retain control with 7:10 remaining first quarter.
Tiffany Carl is the leading scorer in the semifinal game against Crescent Iroquois. Did 23.
Shot taken right side and forced up there by Amber Law on a foul call. So Law will have a couple of free throws. First foul of the ball game whistled against Sullivan's. Sherry Adams picking up her first. Amber Law, a first-team All-Stater IBCA, leading scorer and rebounder for this Carthage club, but misses on the first. She'll have one more.
She shouldn't be too nervous. She played on last year's super section team, so she's used to this pressure.
Law converts on the second. Carthage on the board, and now some pressure. And the steal. Shot thrown up and missed by Kia Tubakis. And Sullivan now on the push. Sherry Adams for the Redskins. Their point guard, Stephanie Monroe, does an outstanding job. Tiffany French. Baseline, Sherry Adams. Monroe from the baseline. Threw it up long. Strong rebound by Amber Law. 2-on-2 they come. Shot is blocked by Tiffany French, as Kim Jacob couldn't get that shot away for Carthage.
They've got to hit those fast break baskets. That's their strength.
Here's a three-pointer right side, converted by Tiffany French.
starters, Tiffany French, back from their state team last year.
5-1 Sullivan. We've played a couple of minutes. Jumper from the foul line, and Amber Law has the first 3 points for Carthage Hancock. Again, the pressure. French loses it in the forecourt. Kathy Shoup, the captain for these Blue Girls, tried to pass inside the Law, tipped away and out of bounds, and Blue Girls will retain control. 5:35 remaining first quarter, a 5-3 Sullivan lead.
Shoup is their only senior, and she does a really good job of leading the team.
Inbound Amber Law, and she scores again. So all 5 of Carthage's points courtesy of Amber Law, the 5'7" junior forward. And now another steal. Kathy Shoup backs it out. Right of the key is Jacob. Shoup thought about a 3. But Jacob has it again. Driving the lane. Banking it too hard, Tiffany Carl. Rebound loose on the floor. Scooped up by Sullivan. Sherry Adams across to Stephanie Monroe. Monroe pulls it back out to French. Skip pass underneath the hoop. Karina Elder.
She's so consistent underneath. Elder rarely misses when she has position.
7-5 in favor of Sullivan. Tiffany Carl, 16 feet out along the left side of the key, and the first player other than Amber Law to score for the Blue Girls. A fast-paced first quarter. Tiffany French bounced to Monroe. Pulls up right side, and it knocked away and stolen. Kim Jacob on the push in the lane. Banked it too hard. Trying to fight for her own rebound. Followed it in and was fouled.
So a very nice second effort by Kim. Get that rebound and put it back up. She's their best free throw shooter. She hits 74%. There's the replay. She just powers it back up.
Sherry Adams picking up her second foul. That could be a key for Sullivan. 3-point opportunity for Kim Jacob. Their best free throw shooter at 76%, and she converts. So a good start to this game for the Blue Girls of Carthage Hancock Central. We have an officials timeout. 4:14 remaining first quarter. A 10-7 lead for Carthage Hancock Central. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois. 4:14 remaining in the first quarter. And Sullivan trailing by 3 and fighting the full court pressure of Carthage. Monroe breaks it across the timeline. Now pulls up to Karina Elder in the lane, had her shot blocked, but right back to her, and a foul called before she could go up a second time. First foul of the ball game on Carthage. Tiffany Carl picks up the personal. So they do say Elder was shooting. It appeared that she was fouled before she could go up for that second try. Angie Spar was in the ball game just momentarily for Sullivan, but French returns. Now Karina Elder. 5 games of 30 points or more this season.
She's only a junior. She started last year as a sophomore, but she was hurt right before state, so she didn't get to participate.
Sullivan shoots about 60% as a team from the foul line. Elder was 9 of 10 in the semifinal matchup against Winnebago, and even though she missed that second try, a lane violation on Carthage, so Elder will get that second opportunity all over again.
It's the way she shoots, though. She draws people in. I think in every game there's been a violation.
Well, she makes Carthage pay. 6 points in the early going for Elder and a 10-9 lead for the Blue Girls. Under 4 minutes to play, first quarter. Kim Jacob lobs it inside, a bit too far for Tobekas to handle. And on the turnover, Sullivan will have it back, looking for the lead. Jerry Adams throws to Monroe. She's across the timeline with a couple of blue girls in hot pursuit. Now Adams lobs to Monroe. Baseline French. She's already proven she can hit from three-point range. Now a three on the way by Adams. Missed it. Rebound Elder. Missed that one, and a foul going to be called. It's an over-the-back charge against Allison Glazebrook.
Looks like Glazebrook just, oh, there we go. He just got her in the back.
Glazebrook with her first 3 Sullivan team foul. 3:15 in the clock running first quarter. Nice head fake by Law. Baseline, Shoup wouldn't take the shot. Leans in, banked it too hard. Rebound tip, and a foul going to be called on Kia Tobekis, trying to get that ball snatched away from Allison Glazebrook. So 2 team fouls on Carthage now. Monroe in the forecourt. Bounces inside. Glazebrook forced her way to the hoop and somehow got it to fall.
Excellent.
Jacob back left baseline, cut off, threw it up, missed it. Nice strong rebound inside by Tobekis. Couldn't put it down, but Carthage tracks it down in the corner. Carl drives the lane, cut off, fades from 10, left it short, and the rebound to French. 11-10, Sullivan with the lead and the basketball. Under 2.5 minutes to play first quarter. Tobekis inside Elder, missed the shot, but was fouled. She certainly does draw a crowd, doesn't she?
She certainly does. The Winnebago game, they had her double and triple team, and she still managed to score. There's the replay. She's pushing it up there.
Foul on Kim Jacob helping out. 3 team fouls now on each side. Karina Elder back up at the foul line for 2 shots. Gets that shooter's roll, doesn't she?
Yeah. She went to 4 camps this summer, she said.
Shooting 70% from the line on the season. Elder can't get the second one. Rebound fight inside, and Sherry Adams gets the 3-point play the hard way for Sullivan, and their lead is 4 now at 14-10. Jacob cut off along the baseline. Ball tipped out of bounds as French went hustling into the first row of seats.
French. Oh.
2:12 remaining in the quarter. Tiffany Carl penetrates the lane, banked it too hard, and the rebound corralled by Glazebrook. She averages about 6.5 boards a game. Monroe pulls up to French. They look to Elder again. Here she comes baseline. Nice move. Missed the shot, though. And the rebound to Amber Long. Quickly back is Carl. Drives along the right side, and Carthage beating Sullivan down the floor.
They just didn't have a chance to set up in their defense. So Carthage wins the game.
Now Sullivan breaks the pressure. Elder inside. Missed the short shot. Adams follows it up and in. Back to a 4-point lead, but here's Law at the other end. We're going end to end, and Amber Law with 7.
I don't know if Sullivan wants to run with them. They're trying right now.
Here's the steal by Shoup. Missed the shot, but the foul on French. Right now, Julie, I would say Sullivan having all kinds of problems with the Carthage full court pressure.
Well, they're certainly not the first team. They can just slow down and work their offense. I don't think they'll have too many problems. But right now, Shoup is manufacturing all the fast breaks.
Tiffany Carl takes the seat, and Kelly McMillan, 5'4" junior guard, in for Carthage. Kathy Shoup left hands the first one up and in. She is a 70% shooter from the foul line. could tie the game at 16. Can't get it done. Rebound tip. Trying to save it. Carthage not able to do so, and Sullivan will inbound, leading 16-15 with 1:13 remaining in the first quarter. Monroe in the forecourt. Pulls up right side. Lanesbrook with her second field goal.
Really a talented freshman. Her sister Amanda plays for Illinois State. And I think the coach has her eye on her already, even though she's so young.
Under a minute now to play first quarter. Tough shot left baseline by Amber Law. She leads all scorers with 9. Sullivan can work for the last shot if they so desire. Sherry Adams to Monroe. Open from 18. Threw it up long. Rebound fight. Controlled by Tobekus. 20 seconds. Shoup on the push. Pass right side. Jacob in the lane. Left it short. And French has the rebound. Jacobs over her back.
That was a nice push by Shoup. Shame that one didn't go in. Here's the replay. Looks like French just had better positioning.
Sherry Adams takes the seat for Sullivan. 14 seconds remaining in the quarter. Angie Spar back in for the Lady Redskins. Scott Thomas used only 6 players in the semifinal matchup with Winnebago. 3 seconds. Here's Elder. Left baseline. Throws it up. Short. And we have come to the end of a pretty exciting first quarter here at Redbird Arena in Bloomington. After one, Sullivan with a slim 1-point lead over Carthage Hancock Central, 18-17. And one of your network sponsors is American Airlines and American Eagle.
Interesting note about the clothing of both head coaches, Steve Thomas and Sullivan. That green jacket, it was a present from the girls because, well, his picks of clothing wasn't all so good. The blue sweater on the Hancock Central coach Dick Beery, that's because he never loses in blue. So it'll be interesting to see how those colors work out for both teams here in this championship game. Back over to Brian and Julie.
Well, Joe, we haven't decided much through one quarter. 18-17 Sullivan. The Lady Redskins have the basketball to begin the second quarter. Adams driving along the baseline was shoved on her way to the hoop by Kelly McMillan. The lucky blue of Dick Berry. Whatever he's worn in 18 years have certainly produced a lot of victories. Sherry Adams, the 63% foul shooter, will have a couple of free throws in.
Hits that first one. Sullivan coach Scott Thomas said that her work ethic is second to none. She's a really dedicated player.
Adams hit the first, couldn't get the second, but pressure in the backcourt creates the steal. French misses the first try, and finally Amber Law has the basketball for Carthage. 30 seconds gone, second quarter, 19-17 in favor of Sullivan. In the lane now, Law fades from 10, and she has 11 of the first 19 for Carthage.
Another assist for Shoup. She leads the team with an average of 7 a game.
Had 9 in their victory over Crescent Iroquois yesterday. Monroe to French. Baseline is Adams. Follows her own shot. Squirts her way through.
That's nice to get your own rebound and score.
Sherry Adams with 7. Monroe tips a pass away inside, intended for Law. And the point guard for Sullivan. Quickly into the forecourt. Now Tiffany French, one of the returning starters. To Elder. Pass inside, tipped away and stolen by Carl. Carl for Carthage. Drives down right side, leans in, splits the defense. Tiffany Carl with 6, tied at 21. The pace staying really upbeat. And there's Karina Elder, who now has 9.
Both teams using a fast break. kept the game up-tempo.
That pressure, of course, can do one of two things: force some turnovers, which it has for Carthage, but also provide some easy opportunities when you can handle the pressure, and Sullivan has done that at times. Here's Amber Law, left side, triple team, but banked it in anyway. Julie Amber Law averaging just over 18 points a game, but 13 already.
Yeah, she's really hot this half.
Elder in the lane, and a foul going to be called. There were two Carthage players on the deck. Law and McMillan trying to dig that ball away, and one of them whistled for the foul. It's Kelly McMillan.
Here's the replay. Nice pass. Just gets it right by her, but Elder can't quite grab it.
Kelly McMillan picking up her second. That's 16 fouls now. Kim Jacob returns for Carthage. Amber Law takes a seat. Tiffany French sitting down for Sullivan. Adams to trigger. Elder fakes it right side and was fouled as Kim Jacob came charging out at her.
Kim got clobbered there right in the forehead.
That's a big foul, too. 3 fouls now on Kim Jacob. And decision time for Dick Berry. Meanwhile, a 1-and-1 opportunity on the 7th Carthage team foul. Dick Berry has decided to substitute. Janine Johnson will come in for Jacob. That's a 10-point scorer going to the bench.
Yeah, she's been their spark plug off the bench. You don't want to get her 4 fouls in the first half.
Karina Elder, 3 of 4 from the line. Rims the front end of the 1-and-1 home. Elder had 30 points and 7 rebounds in the quarterfinal victory over St. Francis. Something you always like to see, your frontline people able to hit free throws. Elder now with 11. 25-23 Sullivan. 5:30 for the first half. Ryan Wheeler and Julie Deerdorf from Redbird Arena. McMillan.
That's her spot. She can hit from right there. Carthage has been able to penetrate. They haven't had to take many outside shots at all.
Kelly McMillan with her first 2. And we're tied at 25. Adams drives the lane. Nice move to the hoop.
Very nice.
Adams with 9. Some excellent shooting from both sides. Baseline jumper put down by Tiffany Carl. Carl with 4 field goals, and we're deadlocked again at 27 as we seesaw back and forth. Glazebrook misses the jumper, and they tie each other up inside. Alternate possession to Carthage, though Dick Berry thought maybe there was an over-the-back foul that should have been called on Sullivan. Officials timeout. Amber Law will check back in for Carthage. 4:46 remaining, second quarter. Carthage and Sullivan tied at 27. And one of your network sponsors, Country Companies Insurance. Tied at 27 with 4:46 remaining here in the first half. And Julie, both these teams got here with defense, and I don't think it's bad defense that has resulted in 54 points getting on the scoreboard to this point. Just some terrific shooting by both sides.
Yeah, they've both been very consistent. Both teams have been using the fast break, which is sort of a surprise. See how long they last in the second half.
Sullivan, the team that uses less of their bench, but when you get to the championship game, you often won't see that bench go quite as deep. Not many turnovers for each side. Sullivan with 3 more to this point. Shoot from the baseline. Left it short. Strong rebounding position by Elder. Sure was. Monroe now. Moves right around Shoot. Glazebrook. Inside Elder. Bounce to French. She has the lone 3-pointer of this game for either side. French tried to pass it inside to Elder, and a foul going to be called. And boy, the Carthage crowd didn't like that one. Johnson smelled the pass coming but couldn't control it, and McMillan picked up the foul.
Yeah, that's dangerous to try to get it down low. She just sticks her hand in there. Couldn't quite reach it.
McMillan picking up her third personal foul, so the second blue girl to pick up that many. And here's Karina Elder making her fourth trip to the line in this half. A 1-and-1 opportunity. Rimmed it off, and the rebound to Kia Tebekis. 4 minutes for the half. Amber Law to shoot. They jump out on her three-point attempt.
Yeah, she wanted to take that.
She had the arm cocked and ready, that's for sure. Amber Law on top of the circle. Now a bad pass behind Shoup and into the backcourt. Monroe trying to chase it down, and it's picked up by Johnson. Great hustle by both Stephanie Monroe and Kathy Shoup.
They're two of the quickest guards around. Quite a battle for the ball.
McMillan playing with those three fouls. Comes baseline, cut off by Elder. Throws it in the lane to Law. Her 10-footer rims off. Rebound. Johnson missed the shot but was fouled. Sullivan now with 5 team fouls, and Sherry Adams picking up her third. And as we say, Sullivan really doesn't go as deep into that bench, so whenever any of their starters get into foul trouble, that has to hurt Scott Thomas's crew. And Sherry Adams averaging over 13 points a game, and now has to be very careful with those 3 fouls.
It certainly does, and they're doing a lot of running this game.
Johnson knocks down both foul shots. 29-27 Carthage. 3:15 for the first half, and the Blue Girls settling back in a zone. Monroe's first shot of the game is way off. Rebound Glazebrook followed it up. No, but a foul call. Kia Tebekis picking up her second.
Glazebrook picks it up off the ground and goes up all in one move, but doesn't fall.
How about the strategy for Carthage staying in that zone defense, obviously trying to sag back and help out against Elder, but the one thing that it often does is allow some room for offensive rebounds such as that one.
Right.
Glazebrook misses the first of 2.
A lot of teams have tried to box and one on Elder, but it frees up the other shooters, which Sullivan has a lot of potential scorers.
Glazebrook missed them both. Rebound fight inside, and Carthage with control and the 2-point lead. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Shoup drives left side, put it in. Let's see, it'll count. And a foul called on Monroe.
Her ability to drive right in the lane makes her much more dangerous because they have to cover her. And then if they do, she can either dump it off or take it up like she just did.
Kathy Shoup with her first field goal and looking for a 3-point play. Carthage with their biggest lead of this first half, 31-27. Now Kia Tebekis gets a rest for the Blue Girls as Tiffany Call returns.
In the first game, the quarterfinal, Shoup was 8 of 8 from the free throw line in overtime. She's very consistent.
She's 2 of 3 in this opening half from the line. 32-27 in favor of Carthage. Trying to knock off the defending Class A state champs. Still in that zone, the Blue Girls. Adams from the baseline missed it. Rebound, Elder had it for a moment. It's tiptoe to Shoup. Carthage back on the run. Shoup drives left side, ran French down, and an offensive foul.
Oh. Didn't quite have her body under control.
Dick Berry didn't think so, but Kathy Shoup picking up her first player control foul, so non-shooting. No one will ever question Tiffany French's toughness.
Definitely not. Very aggressive player.
Now Adams. Carthage trying to force Sullivan to hit from the outside. Elder underneath is fouled. We've seen a lot of Karina Elder at the foul line in this half, and she'll be up there once again as Janine Johnson picks up her first.
She's so mobile inside. She has that ability to draw the foul.
Elder has 11. From the foul line, 5 of 7. 2 shots coming here. .2:15 remaining in the first half. Elder trying to bring Sullivan to within 3. And she does. Shoup pulls up top of the circle for Carthage. Now inside to Law. Had it tipped away and trying to go up. Traveled with the basketball. A lot of contact there, but Law apparently shuffling those feet. Monroe to Adams, right of the circle. Johnson trying to work hard against Elder.
She'll take that shot.
Adams along the baseline. Nice move around. Carl fights her way through.
Good patience by Sullivan on that drive.
Sherry Adams with 11. Carl right side. Tiffany Carl with 10. 34-31 Carthage. 1:25 for the first half. Monroe with a 3. Missed it. And the rebound to Kelly McMillan. McMillan lobs it to Carl. Carl missed an open Law, and a foul going to be called, though, on Monroe. And that now 17 fouls on Sullivan, so a 1-and-1 chance upcoming for Carthage. Carthage's Tiffany Carl. Back in for Sullivan, Angie Spar. Sherry Adams with 3 fouls will sit down. Tiffany Carl, a 61% foul shooter. A 1-and-1 opportunity.
She's been their high scorer in 5 games this season. Leading rebounder in 6. She's also a very good free throw shooter.
Fouled out against Crescent Iroquois in the semifinal win yesterday.
Good rebound by the freshman.
Sure was. Allison Glazebrook pulling that one down. 35-31 Carthage. We near the 1-minute mark for the first half. Tipped away inside. They were looking for Elder. Johnson got a piece of it, but Monroe knocked it away. Couldn't save it along the far sideline.
Nice anticipation by Monroe. She just couldn't quite stay in bounds.
Shoup now for Carthage. Pass inside Law. Banks it in. Amber Law with 15 to lead all scorers. And it's 37-31. Carthage shooting the lights out. See if Sullivan decides to work for a last shot with 35 seconds and the clock running. Monroe with no pressure out toward the timeline. 25 seconds. The entire Carthage crowd is up on their feet behind them. Monroe will have to put it into motion. French. Return to Monroe. Inside Elder. Knocked away. Stolen by Shoup, and she is fouled in the backcourt.
I think they're forcing it a little too much inside. They're covering Elder pretty good, so they're going to have to rely on the outside shooting.
Angie Spar picking up that foul, her first. 4 seconds remaining in the half, and a 1-and-1 opportunity for Kathy Shoup, the senior captain, who I'm sure Dick Berry would love to have up at the foul line in a pressure situation like this one.
Exactly the one. She's very poised up there.
Carthage adding to their lead. Shoup trying to make it an 8-point game. Time to get off a shot. Monroe toward the timeline. Throws up a 40-footer. A terrific first half for the Blue Girls of Carthage Hancock Central. trying to win their 30th game of the season and get a state title to boot. They lead Sullivan, the defending Class A champs, 39-31 at the intermission. And we'll return here to Redbird Arena. Local messages are coming up, but first, Joe Passion is standing by with Sullivan head coach Scott Thomas, who has to be a disappointed man right now.
All right, thanks very much, Steve. I know you're in a hurry to get in the locker room. Your biggest focus when you talk to the girls in a few moments.
Well, we've got to take a little bit better care of the basketball. We're letting them run their offense about 10 feet from the basket rather than where we're running ours. We're not getting back on defense at all. We're not taking good care of the basketball. They have just played harder than we have and a lot smarter.
Okay, Steve, have a good halftime talk. Steve Thomas, the head coach for Sullivan. His team's got some things they've got to take care of, and we'll be coming back with more. Coming up here at the half, we will feature Teutopolis, a team that's not here, but they have been here before, and we will be back with that and much more after this timeout.
Well, the 70 total points in one half of basketball, the most ever for a girls' title game in the state of Illinois. The old record set just last year in the Class AA championship, 68 points. Mother McCauley and East St. Louis putting up that total, but a lot of offense in the first half, and very interesting for two teams that were known for their defense and got here by virtue of some defensive prowess. Carthage leading Sullivan 39-31, and I'm sure a pretty happy Dick Berry, the head coach for Carthage, standing by with Joe Passion. Joe?
All right, thanks very much, Brian. Tell us a little bit about what went on in the locker room at halftime.
Well, we're pretty pleased where we're at right now, Joe. We've got another half to play, and we hope we can come out and play at the same intensity we did in the first half. We feel comfortable with that, but, you know, there's a lot of time left, and Sullivan's a comeback team, and we played pretty well in the first half, and, you know, we're where we're at right now, but you never know at this point, so we're just hoping that we continue to play well.
Dick, you told me before the game that one of the priorities was to shake the experience out of Sullivan, and you appear to do that. What keyed that in your mind?
Well, I think the girls just want it awfully bad, Joe. They're working hard, and, you know, we're in pretty good shape. We got a couple of girls with fouls, but the kids really have a strong desire for the whole thing, and, you know, 100% I'm behind them all the way. They're just a beautiful bunch of girls, and we're going to play hard.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Blue sweater must be working.
I hope it does second half, Joe.
All right, thanks very much, Dick. And we talked to you before about the Blue Girls, and of course they are named after the Blue Boys, the boys teams there at Hancock Central. A lot of people were asking, where does that nickname come from? I know Brian Wheeler loves to know this stuff, so I want to fill Brian and Julie and the rest of you in on this. It has nothing to do with the Civil War, by the way. It really is because Carthage College, which of course has since moved up to Kenosha, Wisconsin, they were called the Red Men. So the high school decided, well, we'll be the Blue Boys. And of course, the lady girls, Blue Girls, followed. And we'll talk more about the crazy fans that have come out here from Carthage, Illinois, as well as those from Sullivan when we come back more of the second half. In the meantime, let's turn it back over to Brian Wheeler and Julie Deardorff.
Well, the wisdom of Joe Passion never ceases to amaze me, that's for sure. 39-31, Carthage with the 8-point lead, and Dick Berry mentioned that he has a couple of girls in foul trouble. Kelly McMillan and Kim Jacob each have 3, but he's had a terrific first half from Amber Law, who averages just over 18 a game. She had 15 to lead all scorers in the first half. Meanwhile, Sullivan's top scorer on the season, Karina Elder, was able to pick up 13 points, but only 3 field goals. She did go to the foul line quite a bit. And the only Redskin in foul trouble, Sherry Adams, had 3 in the opening half. And I guess, Julie, right now, this is the time when Scott Thomas really wants to call on that experience of his club of having been in this game before, because they know what it's like to be behind. They know what it's like to fight for a state championship, and they've got a pretty good fight on their hands right now.
Exactly. They want to maintain their composure going into the third quarter. If Carthage gets another basket, they're down 10, and that's a pretty big lead.
Sullivan did trail at the half in their quarterfinal matchup with St. Francis of Wheaton before winning that game by 10. Sullivan with the basketball first on the alternate possession to start the third quarter. Carthage staying back in what appears to be a triangle and 2 almost. Tiffany French from the baseline.
She's wide open there on the baseline. She'll take that shot.
French with her second field goal has 5. 39-33 Carthage. Now Shoup left wide open, missed the 3. And the rebound inside to Glazebrook, and she is fouled from behind. I think that'll be on Kia Tobekis, and if so, that would be her third.
Glazebrook with the good positioning there again. She's an exciting player to watch. Her arms and legs just move all over.
So 3 Blue girls have 3 fouls. Sullivan trying to string a couple of field goals together here. Here's Elder along the baseline. Rimmed it in.
Beautiful shot by Elder.
15 for Karina Elder. And just like that, it's a 4-point game with less than a minute gone here in the third quarter.
Exactly what Sullivan needed to do is cut that lead early on.
Now the missed shot by Tiffany Carl. French on the push to Monroe. Monroe sees no advantage and pulls it back against Shoup. Out baseline. Glazebrook missed the short shot. Clearing it out is Amber Law. Shoup now slows in the forecourt for Carthage.
She knows when to be patient. You can see her experience. Now she'll set it up and they'll run their play.
Shoup lob it backdoor to Law, and she is fouled on the catch by Glazebrook. Allison Glazebrook with her second. First Sullivan team foul this half.
It's a dangerous pass, but it worked that time.
6:31 remaining third quarter. Carthage to inbound baseline right. Shoup 3-point range. Has not attempted a 3. Did not attempt one in the first half, and with her last shot and first one here in the second, that was just inside 3-point range. Monroe strips the ball from Tiffany Carl.
Nice steal.
She had 3 steals in the win over Winnebago. Now pulls up with the jumper top of the circle. Tobekis clears to Shoup. They're out 3-on-2. Law streaking down against French. Left it short. Rebound kept alive, but there's Elder, and she is fouled in the backcourt.
It's a nice one-handed pass by Shoup on the break. Very nice no-look pass. Takes one dribble and goes up.
Tiffany Carl with her second. 2 Carthage team fouls this half. The Blue girls have not scored yet in the third quarter. Monroe left to the key. Skip pass through the hands of Adams, and she can't save it.
So you have to be careful those cross-court passes. They're hard to handle.
Sullivan with 10 turnovers now. Law at the left baseline. Now McMillan threw it up long. And the rebound to Glazebrook. So Carthage, at 60% shooting mark from the field, has taken a dive here early in the third quarter.
Sullivan has also slowed the tempo down quite a bit.
Monroe 3-point range to French. Now return to Monroe. Her 3 left side. Adams trying to track it down. She does in the corner. Now double team. Nowhere to go. Threw it through a couple of hands. Monroe's pass is tipped, but French retrieves. 4:50 for the third quarter. Elder deep at the left baseline. Forced her way up. Missed it. Rebound Amber Law.
Here they come on the break again. 2-on-1.
Shoup. Nice feed to Carl. Missed the short shot. And Elder is fouled on the rebound attempt.
That's a tough foul. Carthage is going to have to convert those fast break points, though.
A tough foul for many reasons. Number 4 on Kelly McMillan. Officials timeout. 4:39 remaining third quarter. 39-35. Carthage's lead over Sullivan has been trimmed to 4. And one of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance. 4:39 remaining third quarter. Carthage had an 8-point lead at halftime. Sullivan has the only 4 points of this third quarter. And the lead is just 4 for the Blue girls. And Joe Passion is standing by with, I'm sure, another fine little pertinent fact. Joe?
Well, Brian, we have talked about the riled crowds here at the Redburn Arena. Well, behind me are the big crowds. This is not a Duke University game, folks. These are the Blue Crew that's come out here to cheer on the Lady Blue Girls in this Class A championship game. You know, they had to travel 50 miles to get more paint for their faces. They had run out earlier. Back here to the game.
So far, it's been worth it for Carthage. But Karina Elder's bucket at the other end has made it a 2-point contest, and now Sullivan back on the attack looking for a tie. Monroe traveled with the basketball.
We're a little over anxious there.
4:04 remaining here in the third quarter. What have you seen, Jules, that Sullivan has been doing defensively to make it tougher for Carthage to score?
Well, they're taking away the fast break, which they definitely needed to do, just slowing the tempo.
Shoot from three. Missed it. Rebound to the floor, and Monroe tracks it down. Again, Sullivan can tie. Elder triple team, threw it up to the hoop, missed it. French followed, no, but a foul call.
Nice rebound by French. Grab that over two Carthage girls. She goes up strong.
Not only has Carthage not scored in this half, but they have picked up 14 fouls to just 1 for Sullivan. Tiffany French, 51% foul shooter. 2 shots coming and hits the first. Six points for French, averages just under 8. And boy, if you're Carthage, you worked an entire half to get an 8-point lead, and in less than 5 minutes, the game is tied.
Just disappeared.
Shoot, 3-point range. Putting it on the floor is Carl. 10-footer off. Rebound fight. Carl trying to get it back, but it's Elder for Sullivan. Now they can get the lead. Glazebrook, deep jumper.
Boy, she's dangerous inside, and she can hit that baseline shot, too.
And a good timeout for Dick Berry. And the Sullivan crowd is alive with 3:06 remaining in the third quarter. And the Lady Redskins have come all the way back, scoring 10 unanswered points in this third quarter. And the lead is 2 for Sullivan at 41-39. We talked about that experience, and
right,
now we see it paying off for Sullivan.
They've got their poise back, I think. They have 3 girls on the team that were on the state team last year, and they're leading them now.
Pretty fine atmosphere here at the Redbird Arena. And Dick Berry, he's been around long enough to know that runs like this can seemingly go on forever when it's happening against you.
He's saying, hit your shot.
On the other side, though, Scott Thomas is telling his team, this is what has made you 96-2 over the last 3 years. Your ability to never say die and never quit, regardless of the deficit that faces you. The Sullivan faithful looking for a second straight state title. Law at the left baseline. Kim Jacob playing with 3 fouls. Shoot, 3-pointer on the way. Short. Rebound, terrific position for Glazebrook. Now Monroe angles right. Shoot, missed the steal. French, swing it left baseline, Adams. Up top, French. Now in low, Elder. Fades from 10. Missed it badly. I'm not sure she knew where she was, but stole the rebound.
Elder just ripped that out of her hands and put it back up.
A 12-0 run now for Sullivan. 2:15 for a nightmarish third quarter for Carthage. Pass tipped away by Monroe. Can she save it? No. Along the far sideline, right in front of the Carthage bench. And the Blue girls, fortunately for them, have it back.
Yeah, they have to break this dry spell here.
Amber Law hands to Shoup. Shoup's three right side. Short again. French had the rebound, and apparently she was over the back of Tobekis, though she certainly didn't think so.
Well, this gives Carthage another chance.
2 fouls on Tiffany French, 2 on Sullivan as a team in this half. Shoup has misfired from three-point range. Law puts it on the deck. Tiffany Carl out front, and finally Carthage on the board here in the third quarter.
It's very key for Carthage.
It took more than 6 minutes for the Blue girls to get their first 2. Now they trail by 2. French just on the three-point stripe, missed it. Rebound inside, corralled by Tobekis. And over her back is Allison Glazebrook.
Tobekis is the center for Carthage. She's only 5'7". She's the tallest on the team now.
Glazebrook becomes the second Lady Redskin to pick up 3 fouls. 3 team fouls on Sullivan as well. Now Carthage looks for the tie. This zone has really bothered Carthage. Shoup in the lane to Law. 10-footer rolls off. Rebound followed by Tobekis is off as well. And Elder had the rebound, and she is fouled by Amber Law.
He doesn't agree with that one. And the shot, she goes up. Doesn't quite fall. Looks like she just gets the ball, but referee calls a foul.
Amber Law with her first 5 team fouls on Carthage. Under a minute now to play third quarter. Three-pointer on the way by Glazebrook. Ooh, around and out, and the rebound to Jacob. Now Shoup. Carthage trying to run. They did so successfully in the first half. Law left side, fades, left it short. Rebound tipped to French. Oh, and I think in the backcourt here, Kia Tobekis might have got an elbow to the side of the head.
I hate to see anyone go down in a game. She's a tough player, though.
As you say, a critical player considering the size of this Carthage club.
She's a leading rebounder.
She is to her feet.
Looks like she'll just get a short break till she gets back in.
Janine Johnson in for Tobekis.
Here's the play. Tiffany French tears away the ball.
39 seconds remaining, third quarter, and the clock running. Sullivan may work for a last shot. They have accomplished what they wanted here in this third quarter. Not only have they gotten back in the game, they have the lead. Sullivan crowd to their feet. Monroe yo-yoing up and down top of the circle. Now bounce to Adams left side. 10 seconds. French. Monroe, three-pointer right side.
That weak side shot that's open all day if you'll take it.
First 3 for Monroe, and she couldn't have picked a better time to get it. The Sullivan crowd alive. They are 8 minutes away from their second consecutive state title. They lead Carthage 46-41 after 3. And one of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois. Sullivan outscored Carthage 15-2 in the third quarter. And Julie, the final 3 points of the quarter for Sullivan, scored by Stephanie Monroe on a big outside shot.
Yeah, that weak side shot is open if you take it quick enough. And like you said, that's an excellent time for her to get her first 3 points of the game. She just puts it up right away.
Fourth quarter underway. Carthage had an 8-point lead at halftime. An amazing turnaround. Shoops, three, right side, missed it. Rebound, Monroe.
She's been called from that three-point range tonight.
Pass tipped away. Law steal. Carthage needs some offense. The only 2 points of the second half scored by Tiffany Carl. Law deep at the right baseline. She led all scorers with 15 in the first half. Penetrates the lane. Missed another one. And the rebound corralled by Sherry Adams. Terrific Sullivan defense. French thought about a three. Glazebrook. Shot partially tipped and taken out of the air by Law. Janine Johnson got a piece of that shot attempt. Monroe with the steal as Shoot telegraphed that pass to Tiffany Carl.
It was very nice anticipation on her part.
Monroe from three again. French knocked it out of bounds. Well, our game summary to this point, sponsored by the Toyota dealers of Illinois. Sullivan with that big run in the third quarter. Carthage not scoring for over 6 minutes to start the third quarter. And that basically tells you everything you need to know. And another missed shot by the Blue Girls and a foul on the rebound.
Not only does that run give them the lead, but they have the momentum now, which is going to be key in the last minutes of the fourth quarter.
Janine Johnson with her first 16 fouls on Carthage. Excuse me, Drew.
Oh, I was just going to say there's still plenty of time. Over 6 minutes.
Next foul will put Sullivan into the bonus. Adams trying to drive the lane, but traveled. Sullivan took very good care of the basketball in the third quarter. They had 9 turnovers at halftime. Johnson, lob inside the Law. Fades left side and scores.
Karina Elder's arms are long ones to shoot over, but she did a nice job there.
Amber Law now with 17, her first 2 in the second half. Only the second Blue Girl to score in the second half. Pass inside. Glazebrook missed the short shot. And the rebound to Carl. Shoop now, 4-on-2. Pulls up free throw line. 46-43 Sullivan. Jacob left side. And French has the Sullivan rebound. 2.5 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Adams, nice move in the lane against Johnson. Missed the shot, but was fouled.
Very nice move to drive inside the lane. She's a very small kid. She's only 5'6". But her coach says for her size, no one rebounds better than Sherry Adams.
14 fouls now on Tiffany Carl. She and Kelly McMillan have that many for Carthage. Janine Johnson sits down. And Sherry Adams will have a couple of foul shots. 1 of 2 free throwing in the first half. Second leading scorer on this Sullivan club.
She's got that brace on her left knee. She missed 6 games this season. She had orthoscopic surgery. It's good to have her back.
Second leading scorer now has her seasonal average of 13 points. Back to a 5-point game. Carl can't penetrate right baseline. Shoot has it back. Carl steps up right side of the lane. Tiffany Carl with 15. 4 of the 6 points scored by Carthage in the second half. That's right, the second half. Adams deep at the right baseline. Monroe drives the lane. And it's tipped away by Carl. Terrific defensive play, and Monroe fouled Carl from behind.
She penetrates well and then puts it up.
Monroe with her third. 4 Sullivan team fouls. Officials timeout. 4:44 remaining in the game. 48-45 Sullivan. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois.
One of last year's Sullivan starters, Amanda Glazebrook, is here with me, and you got a chance to watch your sister out there. Your family's out here watching. Sullivan's back. What does it seem like from you from the sidelines, particularly the way they've made a comeback here in the third and fourth quarter?
I'm excited. I knew they'd come back all along. They've overcome a lot of adversity this year, and they fought back from a lot of games. I knew they'd come back. I just hope they can pull it out in the end.
Now, real quickly, last year we talked about how Sullivan had only one stoplight in the entire county. Now they have two. Does that mean if Sullivan wins here today, we're going to get a third stoplight in the county?
I hope not, because the other stoplight's kind of a burden to get through, but I don't know. I hope they don't.
All right, we'll find out. Let's go back in the meantime to Brian and Julie.
Well, I'll tell you, Sullivan has put a stop on the offensive production of Carthage, to say the least. The 2 points scored by the Blue Girls in the third quarter, tying the state record for fewest points in a single quarter. Nashville had those 2 points against Teutopolis in the 1990 championship game for Class A. But still, it's a 3-point game. French trying to add to it. Second three of the game for Tiffany French. Carl trying to get to backhand. Rebound Law follows it in.
Up there.
19 for Amber Law to tie Karina Elder for game-high honors. Those two young ladies, two of our candidates for our player of the game. Sponsored by American Airlines. We'll have that a little later on. Monroe misses a three. Rebound fight to the floor. Ball loose. Elder trying to scoop it up. She does to Monroe. Great hustle all the way around. 51-47. Sullivan 3.5 minutes away from another state title. Elder rolled it off. Two Blue Girls are there. Rebound Glazebrook. She's fouled on the way up. Or Adams, excuse me.
Carthage is just not rebounding either. They've got to get position inside. Stop those second shots.
Kim Jacob picking up her fourth foul. 3 Blue Girls have that many. Sherry Adams, 3 of 4 from the foul line in this game. 2 shots coming here. What an amazing turnaround for the Lady Redskins of Sullivan.
Certainly is. It happened so quickly.
They say defense wins championships, and if Sullivan wins a championship today, defense will be the key once again. (53-47). Sullivan matching their biggest advantage. Shoup driving, missed the shot, but was fouled.
Nice penetration inside by Shoup. She's going to need to hit these free throws. Here she goes.
Sherry Adams with 4 fouls, the first Lady Redskin to pick up that many. Dick Berry trying to will a few points from his offense. Kathy Shoup shot 5 free throws in the first half. Her first point of the second half. .309 remaining. Shoup can't get the second. Rebound fight out of bounds to Sullivan.
Crowd doesn't like that call.
Full court pressure now by Carthage. They have really not had a chance to apply this pressure because they haven't made any baskets in the second half. Monroe fouled in the backcourt by Shoup. And this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Stephanie Monroe. Shoup with her second. Monroe, the 5'5" senior point guard.
She's done a good job of filling the big shoes left by Amanda Glazebrook. She said before the game that she didn't think she penetrated inside as well as Amanda, but Coach doesn't agree. He says this young lady led the team to state.
front end of the 1-and-1. Monroe missed it. French is over the back of Kim Jacob. Tiffany French with her third. 16 fouls on Sullivan. So 3:01 remaining. A 5-point contest. Jacob to shoot. A three left side. Short again. Rebound Law. Fights her way in the lane. Banked it in.
Carthage wants a timeout now, but they don't get it in time.
Dick Berry upset that his team didn't see him. 53-50, 2:35 remaining. Monroe weaving through traffic to French. Adams, nice move around Carl in the lane. Missed it, rebound fight, and a foul going to be called. It's on Sullivan, and that will be 17 fouls on the Lady Redskins. A 1-and-1 chance for Carthage with 2:26 remaining.
Sure, Adams doesn't miss too many from inside the lane, but that one doesn't fall. Kia grabs the rebound.
This is Tiffany Carl with a 1-and-1 opportunity. The foul on Karina Elder, her first.
Just a junior, so she's back again next year.
Carl can make it a 1-point game. She does. 3 timeouts remaining for Carthage, 4 for Sullivan. Here's the pressure. French in the backcourt needs help. Monroe finally across the timeline, ran somebody down, but a blocking foul on Shoot.
She doesn't quite move her feet quick enough to get out of the way. Picks up that foul.
Not a bad try, though. Shoot with her third. And Monroe, who just missed the front end of the 1-and-1 moments ago, will have another one-end bonus opportunity. 2:16 left. Sullivan by 2. Monroe has 4. Can't get the second. French tips the rebound. Carl tracks it down. Now Carthage can tie with a hoop this trip.
Well, saved by Carl there.
Shoot to Carl. Baseline is Law. Law hands it inside. Banked it in. That's Kia Tubekis with her first 2 of the game. Monroe now. Bounce to Elder. Banked it in. It'll count. And a blocking foul.
They did a nice job of getting the ball down the court. Elder in their familiar position at the free throw line.
Well, just as Carthage had tied the game on a Kia Tubekis shot in the lane, quickly back the Lady Redskins. Scott Thomas's club in front by 2 now. And Kia Tubekis picking up her 4th personal foul. So 4 Blue Girls have that many. Elder can make it a 3-point lead with 1:50 to play. She does. 22 for Karina Elder to lead all scorers. Carl to shoot. Return to Carl, right side. It's a 1-point game. 1:35, the pressure on. Monroe breaks it. Pass to Elder, left side, laid it in again, and is fouled.
Beautiful press breaker. I think Carthage has to be a little careful with so many girls with 4 fouls. They can't be quite as aggressive as they need to be. Here, she almost misses it, but banks it off the glass and draws the foul. Kia doesn't quite agree with that call.
I'm sure she doesn't, because that's her 5th. And she is fouled out with 1:31 to play. Karina Elder looking for her 2nd consecutive three-point play could make it a two-possession contest with 1:31 remaining. She now has 25. 60-56. Still time. Shoot to McMillan. Carl, right of the key. Timeout, Carthage. Do they see their coach? They do. Tiffany Carl with 19. 1:13 remaining, 60-58. Sullivan trying to hang on to their two-point lead over Carthage. And now a message from the Illinois High School Association. Carthage has 2 timeouts remaining. Sullivan with all 4 of theirs if they need them. And Sullivan ahead by 2, basically because of their free throw shooting, Julie.
Right, they've made 17, and that is a Class A title game record. They broke the old record of 15 that Carthage set against Seneca in 1987.
Here's the pressure. Adams breaks it, dribbles the lane. Sherry Adams with 17. We near the 1-minute mark for the game. Back to a 4-point lead for Sullivan. McMillan hands to Shoup. Shoup is fouled by French. Not the kind of foul that Scott Thomas wanted.
No, Shoup did a nice job of drawing that, though, by driving to the baseline. Tiffany just couldn't get out of the way. Here she goes, using her left. Tiffany just gets her leg right in there.
4 fouls on Tiffany French. An important 1-and-1 chance for Kathy Shoup with 55 seconds left. She'll get the second.
Well, she had 10 in a row in overtime in the first game, so she's definitely the shooter you want there now.
Shoup again trying to make it a 2-point game. She does. 62-60 Sullivan. Again, the Carthage pressure. Adams breaks it to Glazebrook. Glazebrook had it knocked away, but a foul called on McMillan, and she is just fouled out. 50 seconds left.
That will definitely hurt Carthage. Sullivan did,
excuse me, go ahead, Joe.
They did a very nice job. They got the ball up the middle there on the press before bringing it to the side over half court.
McMillan becomes the second blue girl to foul out. And Allison Glazebrook, 0 for 2 from the line today, will have a 1-and-1 opportunity trying to extend Sullivan's lead. The 5'11 freshman pushes the front end, missed it, rebound fight, Law had it, French took it away.
Nice recovery by French.
Monroe now, bounce to French. Carthage will have to foul again. Monroe to French. Sullivan playing keep away, 35 seconds. What a terrific job. Carthage can't catch him. Adams is finally fouled with 28 seconds remaining, and she is fouled by Jacob, and Kim Jacob has fouled out.
It's a hard way to end your season, not fouling out. You really have no choice, though. They need to put Sullivan at the line and get the rebound and try to score again.
Boy, you couldn't have asked for a better job of playing keep away than Sullivan with the floor well spread.
Yeah, they did a very nice job with that.
Chris Jackson, 5'5 sophomore, in the Carthage lineup for the first time. 28 seconds to play. Sherry Adams, 5 of 6 from the line today. The 5'7 senior will get the second.
You'll see Adams with Western Michigan next year.
They'll certainly be getting a good one. 18 for Sherry Adams. Could make it a 2-possession game. Now Carthage must score and call their third timeout. Shoup across the timeline. Pulls up to Jackson. She pushes a 3 and hit it. Timeout Carthage with 18 seconds. Chris Jackson just came into the game and attempted her first three-pointer of the season. It went down, and it's only a one-point game with 18 seconds left.
That is tough to do, boy.
Not only is it the first three-pointer of the season for Chris Jackson, but the first three-pointer for anyone on the season other than Kathy Shoup for Carthage.
Right.
What a time to get it.
And here it is again. Shoup just dishes it off to her. She puts it up. Looked like she wanted to pass it first, but then she decided she better put the ball in the air.
By our count, Carthage has one timeout remaining. Sullivan with all four of theirs if Scott Thomas needs them. 18 seconds to play, and you know the Carthage pressure will be there full court. If Sullivan breaks it, Dick Berry's team will have to foul. It has been as good as advertised for the Class A championship. And still anyone's game with 18 seconds. French inbounds to Elder. Elder to Monroe. Monroe weaving through traffic, fouled with 14 seconds to play. I think Chris Jackson with the foul. It would be her first. Jackson does indeed get the foul, and Stephanie Monroe only 1 of 3 from the line today. Even if she hits them both, a 3 could tie it, and Dick Berry, I think, will use his last time out to try to freeze Stephanie Monroe.
Wants to make her think about this one a little bit.
Well, the first half dominated by Carthage. They led by 8 at halftime, 39-31, but suffered through a disastrous third quarter in which Sullivan had a 15-2 advantage to take a 5-point lead after 3. Sullivan increasing that lead to 6 at 53-47, but then Carthage tying the score at 54, and we've been nip and tuck since then with Carthage hot on the heels of the defending state champs. And this once again, Julie, where if you're Sullivan, you hope that experience comes into play, because Stephanie Monroe, one of the 3 senior starters, with a chance to possibly nail this game down.
Right, and this is the kind of game you expect in the title matchup.
Well, in the Class A consolation game, Winnebago had to go overtime to defeat Crescent Iroquois, and that was decided by just a point. So why should we think the title game would be any different? Stephanie Monroe, a 59% foul shooter on the season. 4 points here this afternoon. Remember, she hit a big 3 at the end of the third quarter, trying to nail down a free throw or 2 here. First one on the way. Rims off. Rebound, Carthage. Now Shoup, 10 seconds. They have no timeout. Shoup is fouled by Glazebrook with 7 seconds remaining.
While they're doing a little celebrating on the Carthage bench, I think they realize they have their top free throw shooter coming up.
That foul on Allison Glazebrook, who has just fouled out.
Here she comes, and Glazebrook comes from behind. She sort of knocks her arm.
Now it's Scott Thomas that will use his first timeout in an effort to freeze Kathy Shoup. So we saw the Sullivan senior point guard, Stephanie Monroe, head to the line and miss the front end of the 1-and-1. Now Carthage's senior point guard and captain, Kathy Shoup, will have a chance to tie or possibly give Carthage the lead with 7 seconds remaining. If she hits them both, certainly time for Sullivan to get a good shot away.
Certainly is, and I don't think that pressure will bother Shoup at all. She seems to thrive on this kind of situation.
Well, we're setting some records here today, and another one has just been broken. 127 total points, the highest scoring Class A title game ever. The old record set just last year. Sullivan's 65-48 victory over Seneca, producing 113 points. And if you're a Carthage fan, you hope there's at least a couple of more points on the white and blue side still to be scored. Kathy Shoup has been terrific from the foul line today. In 9 attempts, she has hit 7. Needs the first to get the second. Oh, my goodness, it hit every inch of the rim before falling through. And now Sullivan will use another timeout because now Scott Thomas realizes that his club could be down 1 after this second free throw attempt by Kathy Shoup. She willed that one in.
So many turnarounds in this game. First Carthage grabs the lead, then Sullivan comes right back. It's hard to believe they fought back from that horrendous third quarter.
Dick Berry sitting on that Carthage bench. You know, he was praying for something good to happen.
Probably took a long time to fall through for him. Rolled around in the room a little bit.
Must have seemed like an eternity. Another record set this afternoon. Sullivan's Karina Elder has broken the Class A title game records for most free throws made with 9 and most free throws attempted with 11. Boy, the crowd has gotten their money's worth here at Redbird Arena in this one. And now Kathy Shoup
calling her teammates back. They all were going to set up.
They're setting up
like
in a defensive posture. She is the only one at the foul line. The other 4 teammates are protecting against a last shot attempt by Sullivan. Shoup trying to give Carthage the lead. Can't do it. Rebound to the floor. Here's Monroe. 5 seconds. Clock running. Monroe across the timeline. Running one-hander off. We are headed to overtime.
You can tell Kathy Shoup wanted to make that last one, boys.
Carthage outscores Sullivan 23-18 in the final quarter. We are headed to an extra session, tied at 64, and one of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois. Sullivan led 18-17 after 1. Carthage led 39-31 at the half. Sullivan led 46-41 after 3. And after 4, we haven't settled a thing. Tied at 64. And at least an extra 3 minutes as Stephanie Monroe's last second shot fell short. This is only the second overtime game, Julie, in Class A title history. The only other one in 1984, Quincy Notre Dame defeating Teutopolis. Jump ball to start the overtime, won by Sullivan. Glazebrook is fouled out for Sullivan. Monroe's jumper off. Rebound, French fights for it inside. Her pass somehow got in there. Missed by Spar. Out of bounds. No, a foul called on Carthage.
Sherry Adams with a critical rebound under the basket.
Janine Johnson with her third. Sherry Adams, who has been terrific from the foul line. 9 of 10 today. Make it 9 of 11. We've played 17 seconds of the first overtime. Adams gives Sullivan the lead by a point. Shoup, who tied the game at 64 in the final seconds, but missed the second of 2 free throws to give the lead to Carthage. Running one-hander off. Rebound fight inside. Carl!
Shoup penetrating once again. They have to stay on her.
Tiffany Carl with 21. 66-65 Carthage. French's skip pass stolen by Carl. She's out 1-on-3. Pulls up right baseline. Banked it in. Under 2 minutes to play. Adams missed the shot, but a foul call. .157 left in the first overtime. Amber Law picking up her second personal.
Adams is back at the line again.
All fouls resulting in 1-and-1 chances for both sides. 68-65 Carthage. Adams with 2. Misses the first. Scott Thomas can only sit and hope. Two-point game. Now some pressure from Sullivan. Shoup and Monroe, the matchup of the two senior point guards, and Shoup across the timeline. French trying to reach around from behind. Shoup weaving through traffic underneath the Law.
Nicely executed play.
70-66 Carthage. 1:30 for the first overtime. French to Elder, who touches the ball for the first time in this overtime. Now Monroe from 3. Rebound fight. And not able to save it is Kathy Shoup. A valiant effort, though. Sullivan will have it back with 1:21 remaining in the first OT. French lobs to Elder. Triple team. Had it stripped away. Loose on the floor. They tie each other up. Alternate possession to Carthage.
Playing scrappy defense now. Here's the tussle for the ball. Both go down.
Shoup in the backcourt. Now is pulled up. Jackson controlling. What a big three-pointer she hit in the final seconds of regulation. The Carthage faithful can sense that their team is in a good spot. Under a minute. Inside, there's Law.
Very nice pass inside.
Timeout Sullivan. 53 seconds left. It's a 6-point lead for Sullivan. And one of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance. With 138 total points, this has now become the highest scoring title game any class in state tournament history, breaking the record set in the AA final, McCauley beating East St. Louis Lincoln. Now a three-pointer by Adams keeps Sullivan alive.
She's their best field goal shooter, and now she hits a three-pointer, showing she can...
72-69, 35 seconds. They break the pressure. Carl in the backcourt, now in the forecourt, double team, almost double dribble. 25 seconds. Shoup has it. Monroe misses a steal. French knocks it away, but fouled. Kathy Shoup, and French has just fouled out with 24 seconds left in the overtime.
Shoup dribbling around, trying to protect the ball, and French sticks her arm in. Now Kathy has another shot at a free throw here. She hit the one that tied the game.
Nice hand for Tiffany French. The 5'8" senior checks out with 10 points.
She's done a really nice job for Sullivan all year.
Susan Schellebarger, 5'6" junior, checking in for the Lady Redskins for the first time. Kathy Shoup about to attempt. Her 12th free throw of this game. That means 2 possessions. And the Carthage bench sensing the upset. Shoup missed the second. Rebound Elder.
Well, they just don't want to foul here.
Here's Monroe. Elder, 15-footer, missed it. Rebound, Amber Law, 10 seconds, and she is fouled in the backcourt.
Both coaches calling their teams over.
Foul on Susan Schellebarger, her first. And Amber Law, the leading scorer and rebounder for this Carthage club. 1 of 2 from the foul line today. A chance to nail this one down for good. Law now with 26. 5 points in the overtime. She leads all scorers. Missed that one. Rebound Adams. Clock running, 5 seconds. Monroe, 3-pointer left side off. Rebound Jackson. Carthage has won the state championship.
Some celebrating out there and some sad faces on Sullivan, but they have nothing to be ashamed of. Overtime showed I don't think either team wanted their season to end.
Quickly, obviously a lot to celebrate. Some big inside play late, and I thought that really played a key in getting back, setting up Jackson's 3-pointer. That really kind of helped force the overtime. Who wants to answer that
what
call?
else? We wanted to go to Amber late in the game. You know, she's a true all-state player, and we wanted to go to her because we knew she could do it. She just done it all for a year for us, and that we put the mind right there.
Well, the lucky sweater was blue. The only 2 losses this year were in white, so that's all washed out. This has got to be a great feeling, particularly with the overtime playing the big role.
Well, it is, Joe, and I think I've got to have my hair dyed blue now because the girls said that if we won the state, I told them I'd dye my hair blue, so I don't know what I'm going to look like. Maybe my wife will disown me, but I love this child.
Okay, I'll let you guys go back and enjoy the celebration.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Joe. Thanks to everybody.
All right, Dick, congratulations, Amber. Great job. And in the meantime, let's send it back quickly over to Brian and Julie.
Well, a very emotional Dick Berry, and why not? He's been in the business 18 years, but his first state championship, 30th win of the season for the Blue Girls of Carthage, Hancock Central. And one of your network sponsors, American Airlines and American Eagle, they sponsor our player of the game, Number 25 for Carthage, the young lady you just met, Amber Law, 26 points. And we'll have more as we wrap things up in just one moment. This message from the Illinois High School Association.